Hello, good morning and welcome to Not Just About Ducks with me, Angela. Today isn't about ducks, today we're foraging and I'm foraging for this beautiful berry here, which is the elderberry. Out of this elderberry I intend you can make, I'm going to make some elderberry wine. You can make elderberry cordial. It is ever so good for you. I make it quite strong, but it is good for chest infections and bronchial infections and all those types of things. So tools of the trade for today. So I've got my hat, which is a necessity, and I've got my coat, rain mac, also a necessity. Let's have a look what else I've got in my bags. So I've got a pair of secateurs. These are teethed secateurs. I've got a fork. What do I need a fork for? I shall show you in a minute. And I've also got, let's move my keys from there. Don't want to be losing my car keys. I've also got on me, now you don't have to carry this, but just in case, you never know. So I've got my gloves, which I shall be putting on in a minute. I've got some sticky plasters or some band-aids. You don't need them, but you never can tell. And I've got an afterbite pen, just in case I get a bite off a spider or a wasp or hopefully not a bee or anything like that. So yes, so I'll keep that in my pocket along with my plasters. I've also got my handy dandy foraging knife, or what you've seen it loads of times, and my work knife which I carry with me. So I shall don my gloves like so. If you remember last time I was foraging, I happened across, which I didn't realise it was dead, a giant hogweed, which has left me with some nasty blisters on my hands, which I have to cover from the sun. So, but I found these white cotton gloves on the internet and they are fabulous. So they protect your hands and they're easy to wear, much more than your working gloves and or the night trial gloves. They are a little bit more expensive, but you can wash these and they don't make your hands sweat, so that's awesome. So I have my handy dandy foraging bag, which it's not a foraging bag, it's a freezer shopping bag, you know, or a picnic bag. It's a thing like that. So I shall be now foraging for these delicious edible elderberries. Now you can forage the elderflowers at the beginning of the season when the trees come into flower, but you must know what you look for. So this is your elderberry tree, and they're the beautiful elderberries. So you can see the elderberries on that little on the little elderberry holder branch thingamy bobby doodah. You know what I'm like. I can never, stalks then, if you will, I can never get my pronunciation or the wording right. So these have just started getting ripe. So the leaves, like I say, they're usually on a stem, and the stem contains 5 leaves. They've got a serrated edge, and there's one at the top of the of the stem, if you were, and then there's one with another one directly opposite, and again, so 5 leaves in total. There are the elderberries, and then you would get in the spring, when these start to produce, you'll get the elderflower, and the elderflower makes wonderful cordials and also elderflower tea and elderflower wine. So let's show you how to harvest these babies. So the reason I have the fork, so if I take this stem, these things happen. It's okay. So as you can see, you've got all the elderberries. So there's usually about 6 stems that come off the main stem of the elderberry. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one has 5, but that's good. So the reason I have, where did I put my fork, guys? So the reason I have my fork for the berries is you insert your fork in the little segments and you push down with your fork, and then you can take the berries, and then there you are. Looks like a lovely little tree, doesn't it? But that's how you harvest elderberries. My mum taught me to do this when I was knee-high to a grasshopper, which was a long time ago. So yes, so I have got my jacket, which just in case it starts to rain, because it is a bit overcast and we are forecast more rain. So I'll whack on at the minute with the harvesting, and you know what happens now, don't you? Yes, that's right, you've got it. Fast forward whilst I harvest what I can reach from this tree. I also have my walking stick. Yes, I have a walking stick, and I do use my walking stick. But a walking stick isn't just for walking. You see, you can reach up and you can grab your branches. And look, there's 2 chickens, not 2 chickens, 2 pigeons scrapping, as it were, just by there. That's what that flapping is. So now I shall quack on with my harvesting or foraging of these berries. I know of 3 trees in this section, and we shall be harvesting from those what I can. Careful to leave berries for the birds to harvest, because it is their winter food as well as ours, so we must share. So I'll quack on with the harvest. your dog is peeing on me.
Come here. What are you doing?
He's peeing on me is what he's doing.
Come here.
He peed on my leg.
I didn't even see you there, sorry.
But he did.
Oh, you naughty boy. What are you doing? Oh.
So whilst I'm foraging for my elderberries today, I have found a fungus coming out of the side of a tree, of a stump, and it's sort of horseshoe shaped. So, and it's white underneath. It is a polypore, and it smells of mushrooms, but I won't be eating it till I check. I haven't got my identification, and I think this is the turkey tail, and it is a good all-round medicinal mushroom that you can dehydrate. Also on my foraging this morning, I found a chestnut. Now these you can't eat, these you don't eat, and what they are, they're falling off this tree here. This tree is a chestnut tree. It's a conker chestnut. So you pickle these in vinegar, and then kids use them to play. Let's see if I can open it. Maybe there's one already done on the ground, but I can't see any. But I don't think it's ready yet, because when they're ready, the pods open and the chestnuts fall out. But they're not edible. I don't think I can open it. No, it's not ready. It's not ready, but there you are. So this is the chestnut, the horse chestnut tree, and it's what kids in the UK use to play conkers. So they get pickled, which hardens them. They put a string through them, tie a knot on the end to support the chestnut, and then they knock each other's chestnuts, and the hardest usually wins, and they are champion chestnutters. Yes, champion conquerors. Yes, let's go find more elderberries. Here's another elderberry tree. Mostly it's not ripe. If you can see up there, let's put you down and show you. So if you let me see if I can lean you back. So you've got, in this elderberry tree here, you've got your berries, your blackberries, your brambles growing as well, and there's the elderberries, which are not ready yet, so we'll go scouting for more things. So also on this little foraging trip this morning is the hawthorn. Now these berries, when they're ripe, are very good medicinally, as well as you can make hawthorn jelly and jams, and it's good again for chest infections, coughs and things like this. Hawthorn cordial, you do need to pick the fruit when it's nice and ripe, and it's got a little way to go yet. So let's get back and see if I can get more elderberries. Also on foraging this morning, I can show you this berry here. This berry belongs, it is a nightshade berry. So all parts of this plant, the flowers, there's a nightshade flower there, and that's the fruit. Deadly. They are poisonous. In some places they call it belladonna. They used to use it to make the eyes and the pupils of the eyes large, to give the look of being in love, I suppose. Um, there you go. There's another there, but it is deadly, so we'll leave that there, just so as you know. It is a member of the tomato family and the potato family. However, it's not edible. So there we are. So we'll go over to see the other elderberry tree. Had a load of there were some orb spiders in my bag. So there is my harvest from the elderberries. I will remove the stalks when we get home. So I will now go to, I've got one on the inside of my leg. I will now go to the other place where I know of that there are elderberries, and I don't like spiders, guys. I don't like spiders. But anyway, let's crack on. Yes, I did find the other tree that I know for elderberries, but it's been stripped. The birds have had a field day and the tree doesn't look that healthy. So let's put the elderberries that I've picked I need to clean my foraging bag. Right, so now it's time, we'll give them a little wash. It's nice to see how loaded the trees are this year of berries, of the hawthorn fruits, everything. It just is so full and abundant this year, which is great, except for that one elderberry tree, which is looking a bit on the sick side. There's that bit of fungi I picked. It is a polypore. None of the polypores are poisonous, so They're about the safest mushroom out there. Right, so I'll wash my berries. A little rinse, make sure there's no bugs. And then I can start stripping them. I suppose it would be easier to strip them straight into a colander. But there we are. Let's take the big leaves off. And I'll just go and grab my, I think I'll use my sieve. Right, so how you strip the elderberry bush is you just take your fork and you run it through the little things, the veins if you would. I just love the way it looks like a little tree. And then you gather the elderberries. For joining me today. These are the elderberries I've picked and stalked and washed. There are a few stalks in there. I'm not worried about the odd stalk. It's all going to go through the process to get the juice and whatnot out to make my elderberry wine. I probably will do a cold soak, in which, you know, I'll give them a squeeze, I'll put them in a bucket, give them a squeeze, put the lid on and wait for the must to build up. So there we are. So I will be doing some more foraging for berries shortly, not today, but in a few days once they've had a chance to ripen and swell up a bit more. So these will go in the freezer until I've got enough to make a few gallons of elderberry wine. So thank you all again for joining me this morning on my little forage. Please like and subscribe to the video channel, or to my video channel. Take care, stay safe, and God bless you all. Hugs and loves from me, and the ducks, and the geese, and the chickens, and, well, from all of us to all of you. Thanks again. Take care, stay safe. God bless. Bye. He's peeing on me. He's peeing on me is what he's doing. Peed on my leg.
I didn't even see you there, sorry.
But he did.